Return the money, return, return. September marks the start of the school year in mainland China. However, for this year's college students, their brand new university life is not a happy one. On the night of September 7th, 2025, a protest broke out in the men's dormitory of Jiang-Nan Polytechnic Vocational School in Guangdong Province, with thousands of students shouting for the school to refund the money. Return the money, return, return. Students with knowledge of the situation stated that the school has experienced frequent power outages since August 23rd of this year, sometimes experiencing more than 10 outages in a single day. This is a scene from the power outage on the evening of August 23rd. On the evening of September 7th, after a day of military training, students discovered that their dormitories had no hot water. At that time, the weather was scorching in Guangzhou, and students were unable to shower at night. At 9:15 p.m., the school forced the students to go to bed, immediately cut off power, and turned off the air conditioning. Unable to sleep due to the heat, students attempted to leave their dormitories to cool off, only to find the doors locked. Angry students smashed the doors, stormed out of the building, and chanted "Return the money" across the campus. Others reported seeing students chasing a teacher on the playground with sticks. There is a fight is about to start. Let's parade. In Guangzhou, due to the quite hot weather, showers were necessary every day. Imagine how devastated the students must have been after military training without running hot water or air conditioning. After a massive student protest, the school finally restored power. Students with knowledge of the situation posted on social media. Parents, look at the hard times your children are going through at school. Netizens were almost overwhelmingly supportive of the students. Frequent power outages in the Guangdong summer are truly unbearable. You might get heat stroke from being cooped up in your room. Well done, post-2000s. This so-called high-level technical school is actually experiencing water and power outages, false propaganda, and locked dormitories, forcing students into rights protection training. The Communist Party always orders water and power companies to frequently cut off water and power to threaten its slaves. But these young people aren't buying it and taking it to the streets. The party then stopped threatening. If they continue, the kids would shout, "Down with the Communist Party, down with Xi Jinping." Many freshmen at the school also reveal that Guangdong Jiang-Nan Polytechnic High-Level Vocational School uses false advertising during its admissions process, as the actual accommodation conditions do not match the advertised conditions. The dormitories are old, dirty, messy, and poorly maintained. This is a video released by the school introducing the dormitories. Smart door opening, power on, air conditioning on, large wardrobe, pull-out storage cabinet, standard bedside desk, separate storage rack. Ironically, the video specifically emphasizes that there is no electricity shortage. Electricity shortage, no such thing. The school's promotional video also emphasizes the superior accommodations, mentioning that dormitories come standard with beds and desks, 24-hour air conditioning and Wi-Fi, a washing machine, and a private toilet and bathroom. But through the eyes of students, the actual dormitory conditions are like this. The supposed 6-person dorms became 12 people per room, with only one old-fashioned bathroom, and it looked unkempt. This is a shot of the second dormitory from another angle. One netizen sarcastically said, Starting school is like going back to a factory, implying that it doesn't resemble a college freshman dormitory, but rather a factory dormitory. One can imagine how these freshmen, full of rosy expectations for college life, feel when they arrive at the deplorable dormitories where a group of male students are crammed into a small, hot room, sweating profusely after a day of military training and unable to shower. And this isn't just a problem at a few schools. In fact, many dormitories, Chinese colleges, or universities suffer from poor conditions. A mother sent her child to a university in Jiang-Nan Province and was stunned by the academic and accommodation environment.
这是学校吗？老师都不管的吗？
Is this a school? Don't the teachers care?
这怎么睡吗？这还能好好学习吗？
How can kids sleep like this? How can they study properly?
这就是学校。
Is this a school? This is the dormitory environment at Jiang Commercial Vocational and Technical College.
太好了，选对宿舍了，选对学校了。
Great, I chose the right dormitory and the right school. This is a dormitory at Guangzhou Normal University in Hebei Province. 8 people live in one room. The caption on the video reads, "It's hard to imagine those new students with poor mental states will have a hard time staying here." This is a scene of parents making their children's beds in the dormitory of Eurasia University in Xi'an, Shanxi Province. The caption on the video expresses the heartache of many parents. Before school started, I thought of countless possibilities, but I never imagined dormitory conditions would be like this. Dormitories are no different than 20 years ago. A parent took a video of the student dormitory in Guangzhou, Maoming, Guangdong Province and captioned it, "It's 2025 now. I'm truly shocked. I never imagined our children would live in such poor conditions." There are some places even more outrageous. What would parents think when seeing a dormitory like this? In response to this, one overseas netizen commented, "Why do they always build up big cities like Shanghai and Beijing and then compare them to Tokyo and New York, claiming they've reached or surpassed world standards? Why don't they think of doing something practical to bring these small towns closer to Shanghai and Beijing? They can feel at ease if doing so. At least they, sharing the same ancestry with the children, can help the people in these small towns live a slightly better life." One netizen humorously said, "I'll donate a door to the dormitory." Others pointed out, all the money goes to Africa and Russia, leaving the people to suffer even more. And Hunan officials are only interested in corruption and don't care about the people's plight. Others pointed out, this is a concentration camp, and will they be able to graduate safely? Another commented, some foreign friends are thinking of sending their children to study in China. After watching this video, they'll probably change their minds. China's economy has grown rapidly over the past 3 decades. Many children have grown up in a relatively comfortable family environment, so when college dormitories remain the same as they were more than 2 decades ago, the new generation of students entering university or college experience a significant psychological gap. I suspect the dormitory system has caused psychological trauma to college students. If you live on campus throughout middle school, high school, and undergraduate studies, you'll be deprived of a private space for 10 years. 6 people share an 18-square-meter room. Crying, talking on the phone, or talking to yourself in the dorm will be seen by others. Drawing a curtain doesn't provide privacy. As long as others are around, your emotions are exposed. The school requires collectivism, but leaders themselves don't live in dormitories. Colleges' financial conditions have improved, but their dormitories don't meet international standards. They always use national conditions and the spirit of hardship as an excuse. Foreign universities have one-person dormitories, while in China, even professors squeeze into offices and students are even worse off. If someone doesn't have their own private space 24/7, I think they only appear normal, but are actually broken. However, the CCP always has its own unique logic. It constantly claims that the living standards of the Chinese people have greatly improved. But students are expected to have a so-called spirit of enduring hardship. However, the student life of the children of the CCP's elite is not like this. Therefore, leaders cannot understand the hardships faced by ordinary students who live in cramped dormitories and lack personal space. Given these uncomfortable living conditions, if the school further deprives students of other rights, it will easily provoke resentment. Also, on September 7, 2025, thousands of students at Guangdong County Secondary Vocational School in Guangdong Province staged a collective protest. Dissatisfied with the school's ban on mobile phones, they threw burning paper, pillows, garbage, and other items downstairs at the dormitory at night. This is the sound of girls shouting loudly in the dormitory. Parents with knowledge of the situation revealed that the school's mobile phone ban was merely the trigger. The students' protests were driven by long-simmering dissatisfaction, such as poor cafeteria food, subpar accommodations, and perfunctory teaching. In China, the harsh conditions of college dormitories are no secret. Some schools, driven by profit, force students to eat in the cafeteria. Due to various factors such as cafeteria operators having inside connections with the colleges, the food is not only unpalatable but also unsafe. On August 31, 2025, just 2 days after the start of school, a large-scale food poisoning outbreak occurred in Shenyang Normal University. Numerous students and parents who accompanied their children in the cafeteria suffered from vomiting, diarrhea, and fever. On that day, hospitals and clinics were overwhelmed with students. 2,087 people are poisoned. This mass poisoning incident at a university has attracted considerable attention. Instead of immediately addressing the health concerns of students and parents, the university suppressed the news and prevented students from posting, even threatening students who exposed the incident online with disciplinary action. Even more outrageous, on September 3rd, not only did the university fail to appease the students and parents, but it also forced the students to collectively watch the CCP's military parade. It wasn't until September 7th, a week after the lockdown, that the school announced that as of 5 p.m. that day, a total of 2,087 people had experienced food poisoning symptoms, with 270 still experiencing symptoms and new cases reported. The school claimed the cause was norovirus contamination of the school's water reservoir. This explanation clearly failed to convince the public. A student at Shenyang Normal University stated that she had eaten in the school cafeteria on August 31st and began vomiting and suffering from diarrhea on September 2nd. Hospital examinations revealed her white blood cell count was twice the normal maximum, and a blood test indicated a bacterial infection. Furthermore, many students sought medical advice, revealing that their white blood cell count was not a viral infection but a bacterial one, with a significant increase in their white blood cell count. The official report stated that all the infected students at Shenyang Normal University had mild symptoms. However, many infected students responded in the comments section, saying, "I'm still on an IV drip and they say I only have mild symptoms?" One girl also commented, "Anyway, I know it's not norovirus. Norovirus is contagious, and the parents didn't infect anyone else after returning from school." Some pointed out that the university in question doesn't use tap water at all, and the pipes supplying its own reservoir have been lying around for years. This disaster isn't simply explained by norovirus infection, but rather a man-made one that could have been avoided. Some students revealed that the school water smelled of rust and scale and was murky. After long vacations, when they turned on the faucet, black impurities appeared, or the water turned yellow. One student described the tap water as sometimes as black as oil. This is a video posted by a student. This is the white gauze we use to cover the faucet. Look, this is what filters out, making the water cleaner. Food safety issues in school cafeterias are no longer isolated incidents. In these situations, students often have no choice but to order takeout. However, some schools have a zero-tolerance policy. One netizen captured footage of teachers and security guards at Shijiazhuang Urban Construction School jointly throwing away students' takeouts. A university leader in Guangzhou, Guangdong Province personally threw students' takeout orders over the fence. A business owner with knowledge of the situation said this was because students' takeout orders were affecting the cafeteria's profitability. This is clearly not an isolated incident. In June 2025, staff at a university in Jiang-Nan Henan Province threw takeouts into the trash. After the incident was exposed, the university responded that compensation would be paid after registration. They also stated that this was the employee's personal behavior and that the employee had been reprimanded and educated. Hey guys, he threw all of our takeout in the trash. Someone threw your takeout in the trash. This is a real scene from a school in China. The subtitles read, "Students are forced to eat in the cafeteria and all the takeouts are thrown away by security. The school is so arrogant in its pursuit of profit." These jaw-dropping scenes are actually happening in many places across China. As China's economy continues to decline and academic qualifications continue to depreciate, many students with beautiful dreams after decades of arduous study finally gain admission to university. Their parents scrimp and save to support their children's education. They do not anticipate that the campus is not a ladder for the children to realize their dreams. In fact, squeezing money and profits from these children is a ladder for the university owners and administrators to realize their dreams of getting rich. Under the CCP's rule, officials at all levels are busy embezzling money and sending their children abroad to enjoy high-quality education. Chinese students, while undergoing the CCP's education, or as we call it brainwashing, contribute their own funds to support the schools. In pursuit of maximum profit, the lower the cost of the dormitories provided by the schools, the more profitable they are. The video captions are stunning. This beats 99.99% of dormitories worldwide. The Taishiko Middle School dormitories in Jiangxi Province went viral after a parent posted a video of the child's dorm room after dropping him off at school. The parents complained that the dormitory conditions have remained unchanged for over 20 years. Each dormitory housed 12 children, sleeping on rusty iron beds with broken bedboards, rusted iron windows, and broken doors. This province is hot and humid, yet the dormitories lacked even basic amenities like fans. Some say the dormitories at this middle school were like this 30 years ago. The mother posted, "I want to expose the dormitories at Taishiko Middle School. My son has been in junior high for a year. This morning, I took him to school and saw his dorm for the first time. I realized how shabby and run down it is. The corridors are filthy, the urine smells strong, the iron beds are rusty, some of the bedboards are rotten, and the back door is broken. My son lives on the 4th floor on the rooftop with no fan. There are trees at the front and back doors, so there are definitely mosquitoes when he sleeps. This environment is even shabbier than when I was in junior high over 20 years ago. Even though you don't live there and I don't live there, there will definitely be boarding students. Doesn't the principal care about these students' accommodation? It's pitiful and sinful." The video had been viewed 10 million times within 5 hours of being uploaded online, but was quickly deleted. The student's mother said in a live stream that school officials, teachers, and some local authorities have bombarded her phone with calls. Even more outrageous, the mother was called in for a conversation while she was at work. It turned out a higher-up had obtained her boss's phone number. Under immense pressure, the mother deleted the video. Some netizens asked, "The video isn't good for the school. What about for the students?" One netizen filmed a video showing that at the start of the semester at a high school in Zhou City, Henan Province, the student dormitories were still unfinished, with no floor tiles or paint, looking like bare-bones buildings. The school responded to the parents with a resounding, "I don't think your home is as good as ours." This is a high school dormitory. Isn't it exciting? Doesn't it have running water, electricity, door frames, air conditioning? The only thing missing is the floor tiles. It doesn't affect the students' normal accommodation. I don't think your house is as good as ours. Students have to pay to live on campus, yet the school administration still brazenly criticizes parents. The CCP has long brainwashed the Chinese people, persuading them that everything they earn through hard work is a benevolent gift from the Great Party. Party history textbooks portray society before the CCP came to power as a world of misery. It's the CCP that saves all Chinese people, and therefore you should be grateful. One man bravely spoke out about the feelings of many. Experts say we should be grateful to society, but what gratitude should we feel? Who should we be grateful to? Our lives were given by our parents. We earn our money through hard work. We paid for our education. We spent all our money on medical treatment. We scraped together our money to buy a house. We earned our money for retirement, education, healthcare, and housing. Nothing is free. So I want to ask you, who do you want me to be grateful to? This question is a perfect one for the CCP. Who do you want people to be grateful to? It's definitely not you, the CCP. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.